Hi guys, welcome back. This is lesson 3, blending. Now since I just got done making a really nice grunge background, the last video, I'm going to go ahead and reuse it. I took the color off of it and it's just the main black layer with a few brush layers on top. We're going to open up a render. We're going to go to our move tool and we're going to move her in there. Now she needs to be resized. So we can go to Control T and then hold the Shift key down and pull the side in. Do it again, hold Shift, pull the side in. Keep doing it until you get a nice size. And then just hit Enter. Now, first we can use the erase tool to blend her in. Just select your erase tool, lower the opacity about halfway or so, the flow about halfway or so. Pick a nice soft rounded brush, nice size, and then you can zoom in a little bit if you want and just go around the very edge. If you get a little bit of a hard line, like right here on her shoulder, you can up the opacity to your brush and then go around the edge real lightly to get rid of that hard line. Zoom back out and she has blended in with the background. Another way to do that is you can take out your lasso tool, set the feather to 10 px. Now when you click, you're going to have to hold the mouse button down until you're finished, all the way around the render. So click and hold and just drag around the render, as close to the edge as you can get it. Now if you've made some mistakes and you need to drag the line out a little bit, hold down your Shift key and just kind of drag it out. Now, go down here to this little box with the white circle in it and click, and it will blend her in. If you don't want one side of her blended in, like if you just wanted this side over here blended in, grab your brush tool. It don't matter, soft brush, hard brush. Set your colors to white on top and just brush over here to get it to come back. And as you can see, she is blended in over here, but not so much over here. Once you blend it in, whether you use the erase method or the lasso method, you can then add the color layer, the hue, saturation. It will make what is I'm doing her? Oh. Let me apply new image, new layer, apply the image and try it that way. Oh, colorize, that's what I forgot to do. Okay. You have to be patient with me. I haven't done this in a little while. Just click colorize, then go to the color that you want to make it. And that'll blend her in too with the background. She's the same color. Some people say this is monotone, but I actually like it. I think it looks nice. If you add some levels and curves to it, it don't look too bad. You can always add a black and white gradient matte. As we learned earlier, you can set this to multiply, and then with a soft rounded brush with black on the layer, just darken the sides. Okay, so I showed you that way. I just really need to see that you know how to blend with the erase tool and with the lasso. You don't have to worry about coloring it or adding any special effects. I was just showing you that so you knew that you could do that. Let me see here. Let me pull out this one image that I've been using. Another way to blend is you can open up a background and a render, and even if they don't fit together, you can make them look like they fit together. So I'm going to erase this copyright. Or actually this render by tag. And then I'm going to unlock this and move it in. Oops. We're going to resize it. Okay. Let's make this whole piece 500 pixels. It's not huge. Okay. So now we have our background, we have our render, and as you can see, the render does not blend very well with the background. The render mainly consists of white, black, and a little bit of yellow on her chest. The background has some yellows, some oranges. It does have some black and some white in there, so it kind of is similar to each other, and you want to kind of pick two images, a render and a background that are similar to each other. They blend so much better. But if you can't, you can still make it work. So first, we're going to try to get these colors to blend a little better. Let's try a black and white gradient matte. Okay, and then we're going to set this to luminosity. And you can see a good bit of difference. It darkens up it darkens up some of the dark areas, and it lightens up some of the lighter areas. You can drop the opacity of this if it's too much of a difference. Then you can go to another gradient matte, black and white gradient matte. You can set this one to darken, and it kind of changes the colors a good bit, but you can down the opacity and it'll bring some of the colors through. You can see how it kind of dulls the colors down a little bit to make them blend a little better. And you don't want to make them too dull though, just so they blend a little better. Then we can do, let me see, I have yellows and oranges in there mostly. So we could do another gradient map, but this time instead of it being black and white, we can go to this little arrow and we can look through our gradients. Let me reset them. You can look through them and see if you have one that has orange and yellow in it, and we do, one right here. I don't know how well it's going to work, but let's give it a try. Let's try it reverse. I don't know about this one. Let's see what we can do with it. Soft light looks pretty decent, and you can drop the opacity of it a good bit. It's a very strong gradient. Still leaving some of the color in there. So that one kind of made some of the white areas yellow. Then you can go to photo filter as well. And you can add a filter over top of it. So for this, I'll raise it up a little bit so you can see the difference. I think I'm going to use this warming filter. I'm going to lower it down, of course. Something like that. And when you add it, it has a little bit of effect there on the white part of her. Let's make it a little stronger. There we go. And you can also go to selected color. The reds, you can move these sidebars back and forth to see what it does, and you can kind of highlight the reds a little better. The yellows. Make these areas darker. Go on to the yellows. Play around with that. Just kind of play and see what you can come up with. See if you can get the colors to kind of blend together. There's not really any greens. There's some blues. Might be some magentas in there. The whites, you can have the whites a little bit of color to them. The neutrals, you can add color to the neutrals as well. It's kind of get it to blend a little bit better. And then finally your blacks. Just hit OK. And as you can see, it has really changed the colors and gotten them to blend a good bit better. You can do other things like add another layer, go to Image, Apply Image, hit OK, go up to Filter, over to Blur, and then over to Lens Blur. Leave it set to all the default options or settings over here. Click OK. And your image will come out really blurry. But we're going to set that layer to soft light. And it comes back into focus and has more of a soft feel to it. It has also blended the colors a little better. It has also darkened certain areas and lightened other areas. We're going to lower the opacity of this layer a good bit. We just want it to blend. We don't really want it to interfere with a lot more than that. Drop it down to like 28. That's kind of nice. You can also do other things. Blur and sharpen. You can even fix a little bit if you need to add some lighting to it. You can fix it by burning and dodging the lighting. That'll help blend too. But let's work on the blur. You know how to do the burning and dodging. Let's work on the blur and sharpen tools. New layer. Image, apply image. And again, these applied images are just all the other layers below that are visible drawn into one layer. It helps you work on things in the filter area better. You can do the filter blur now. And then you can take the erase tool, soft rounded brush, and erase over the focal. Or alternatively, you can go down here and find your render layer, hold Control and click on the little picture in the layer, and it will select the whole render layer. And then if you click on this blur layer and hit delete, it will delete that from it so it's not blurred. Then you can make a new layer, apply the image, go back up to filters, come down to sharpen, go over to sharpen, and now you can select this picture like this, and then just hit delete. And it will, as you can see, it will, this has blurred the background, and this has sharpened the focal. That's the easiest way to do blur and sharpen. It helps blend a little better, but this renders cut a little weird, so I think that's it. You can do a few other things to it, a few more adjustment layers, some more gradients, some more brightness and contrast, color balance. Just got to play around with it, but that is basically how you get images to blend in with the background, so it doesn't look so slapped on. It looks like they were meant to be together. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks.